what employee should not be tipped? Any of them, because the employers should be paying them a livable wage in the first place. Police officers, they get mad if you try and give them money. Politicians, I ordered something online and it had a tip suggestion for the warehouse workers. Yeah, I am not tipping them. That company should be paying them more and not expecting me to pick up the slack for them. As a European, anyone not performing above expected satisfaction. Tips are a gratuity for receiving more than you bargained for. Some countries seem to have forgotten this simple fact. Tips are for service. Shouldn't be mandatory. The owner, I only tip for delivery or table service, not for 1 to 2 item counter takeout service. None. The USA should just catch up and pay proper wages. The executioner, tipping culture needs to end. Pay a living wage. I'm not here to subsidize your business costs. Can't pay your employees? You have no business in being in business. I don't even get why we tip servers. The Moyle. He already gets one. Australia, here we don't tip. We pay our workers decent wages. So fucked if I'm tipping. Just do the job you're paid for. Lawyers. When my wife's father died, we got the bill from his nominated lawyer that handled the estate. As well as charging GBP 200 hour for their time, they also took 2%, 1.5% of the value of the estate. It's fucking ridiculous to expect a tip of that size. None. All employees should get a livable wage where tipping culture is not needed. Basically, anyone who comes to you to provide a service. Wait staff, yes. Cashiers, no. The dude who delivers an appliance to your house, yes. The person you bought the appliance from at the box store, no. None. It is not the customer's responsibility to pay the wages of the employees of a businesses. All of them. I have to pay extra so that you do your job. Sick of tipping culture. People that do circumcisions, let them remain standing. Don't tip them over. Where do we begin? 1. People who own the business you're purchasing from. 2. People who set prices at the business you're purchasing from. 3. People who have an incredibly limited job. Hi, I put your bags from the floor onto this golden luggage carrier, give me money. 4. People who insist on giving you a service you keep trying to tell them you don't want. 5. Anyone who is selling you something incredibly expensive. Sorry, your wage will cover you're not getting 15% the cost of that car or wig or house or gucky purse or whatever. 6. Anyone whose job is primarily working a cash register. 7. Employees that come as a group, you get 1 tip, split it. 8. People who are offering services that are inconvenient. 9. People who add the tip to the bill, get that thing off, you get nothing unless this fact was advertised before I got service. 10. People who insist on paying a tip before you get service. 11. People who do a shitty job. 12. People who are ignorant as fuck and intolerant to other cultures. 13. The Dutch. That tip jar at the cash register really irks the crap out of me. Any employee who works for a company that'll use tips as an excuse to underpay them. I'm fine with the idea of paying someone a little extra if they did an extra good job when providing the service I purchased. I'm not fine with being expected to personally pay someone's wages because their employer won't. Nobody. That's what your wage is for, Pete. RFUCKPETEINPARTICULAR. No one should be tipped unless they provide exceptional service. Food service workers in restaurants, cafes that don't do table service. Birdie fucking cunt. Thanks everyone for the input. This is very interesting and insightful. None of them. Price on the menu price tag should be final. Anyone who decides what to charge you. The hairdresser on commission, yes. The owner of the salon, no. All of them. Employers should stop expecting the people already buying the goods being sold to also subsidize their basketball court in their basement they built by avoiding minimum wage. Tax collector, the ones that are already getting paid enough for the service to begin with. I don't have tattoos myself. I've just never understood paying say $500 for a tattoo and still being expected to add a tip on top of that. I feel like supplies and skill labor should be factored into the rate to begin with. A cow. They're just trying to sleep, bro. Tips are for good service, not to pay a portion of wages so employers can pay less. Politicians, ones that did a bad job, none of them. The responsibility of properly paying them is entirely on the employers, and employers don't deserve to get away with underpaying Nick. Because fuck him. Those guys who always pee on your burger as a prank. The liquor store clerk, landlord, any food business that isn't full service, especially if you're getting it to go. I hate it when they turn the screen to you to tip at the counter or drive-thru. I got mad when I went to a gift shop a bit ago and they gave me a screen to tip them. I'm already way overpaying you for your novelties. Why the fuck would I tip you on top of that? And tipping what for, exactly? Ignoring me while loudly gossiping the whole time I was in the store. Tattoo artists who already charge $200 HR. All of them. Waiters, bartenders, valets, food delivery, and my AB baristas. That's it. No one else is getting a tip from me. Employers can pay them instead of me. They should be paid a living wage. The customer shouldn't be pressed to make sure someone can get by with their job. Yusu Naito and Balmer. There are two different rates per state requirements, one being a tipped position and the other not. Generally jobs like waitresses or bartenders are tipped positions, and they can be paid less because they expected to get additional money in tips. When I was a bartender in a casino in Colorado, I was paid around $4.50 an hour because I was considered a tipped position. Then the non-tipped position minimum wage was $7 something. If you are getting this lower rate, you should hope to make good tips, if not it can lead to an unlivable wage. Upon recent inquiry you can see a tip position wage has increased much over the last couple decades in that area. https://cdle.colorado.gov/wage-and-law/minimum-wage #colon text equals federal %20 minimum %20 wage %20 is %20 currently, law %20 beginning %20 gen. UARI %201 %2C %202023. Link says federal minimum wage tipped position is $2.13 an hour in America. Bailiffs, IRS agents, the asshole kind. Management. Tips are for manners and respect, not for fucking employee service. Starbucks baristas. I'm a Starbucks barista. Doctors performing circumcisions. It's frowned upon for them to keep the tips. Waiters. Delivery drivers. I'm all for it being optional, but I hate when people judge you for not tipping. I didn't know I work for payroll too. No employee should be tipped. Employers should be paying proper wages. The ones that don't want to do their easy as hell jobs. Tipping is a way to show gratitude for good service. Every employee should be tipped accordingly. Sorry, if you don't bring me my food at my table, you don't get a tip. You hand me a coffee through a window, no tip. You hand me a pizza I pick up, no tip. There are tip jars everywhere now. Really, at a convenience store? DQ has them on their counters too. You Carl Bovine. Anyone who's not a stripper